Okay, are we here? Are we streaming? I need to figure something out here real quick. My Okay, here we go. All right, so just give me a second here because I am I want to analyze something real quick. I want to figure out why I missed my best time. Why I missed my sub 1 hour. That's what I want to look at. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get this all figured out here. Okay, so Brahms Mansion is where I lost it. Now, by the time I got here, I had already played not so great. But I still had a chance. As you can see in this screen. Hang on one second. As you can see in the screen here, I had plenty of life in my health bar. Pretty healthy health bar there. But I had to at least get the 2 oak stakes here and get out of the mansion. Well, let me rephrase. I had to get through this mansion and get to the Morningstar vendor in Ondol without losing another life. Okay. Now, it's a significant period of time between where we're at right now in the run and the Morningstar. It's a roughly a 10, if you play well, it's 10 minutes, between 8 and 10 minutes there, depending on how good you are. And so what I did was I went into Brahms Mansion here, and I made a couple of very bad mistakes, which cost me my life. So I had to die and take a continue. So at that point, the run was not over. I could have got the sub 1 hour at that point. As frustrated as I was, and you'll hear it if you watch the stream, I got very frustrated and almost gave up a couple of times there because this just seems to happen over and over again. But I'm going to show you what I did wrong. Not necessarily what I did wrong to die, because that's just something that happens. But once I died, once I actually died and started to lose hope, I could have pulled it out. I could have figured out a way. I could have gotten the sub 1 hour time if I had just been thinking, okay? Because this game is all about resource management and time management. And here's what happened.
I hate those nights.
My face is there. You're not going to see my face right now, but as you can see, my health has dropped down here. I'm in a bad spot. But I think, you know what, I can get through this. I'm pretty decent at this mansion. And bad things happen here. So heading up, I'll show you where I die. It should be right around the next screen.
Okay.
Is where I fucking took a death. Yeah, coming up here, I believe. Right here. Here's where I died. So I took a hit. And I took another hit. And then I died.
Did I really do that?
Okay, so that's where I game over. Now here's what I should have done right here. I should have grinded for 1 oak stake. Bought it. I should have got the eyeball and then grinded some more here inside the mansion before leaving the mansion. Now the reason is because as soon as I get outside, I have about a 6-minute window for me to be able to get to the next spot to buy the thing before nighttime. But I thought, well, you know what? There's a really great grinding spot right outside of Ondol. I'll just go out there and grind there. Well, I did, and I got within 10, 15 hearts of being able to afford the Morningstar, and then it turned dark again, and I lost the run. So I should have, at this point, not focused on buying a second stake. If I had just not bought the second stake, I would have had enough. But I decided stupidly that I needed to buy a second stake in this mansion. So after I lost all my hearts, I grinded here. This is the horrible grind. When you die, this is the grind of shame. In and out of this room, killing this guy. Right? And then, of course, I was frustrated, so I wasn't even playing well against this guy. So here's when I went and got the
Giving up.
here's when I went and got the oak steak here. I killed this guy with holy water. I went and got the oak
Getting
steak.
0 of the luck I need.
And then I went and got Dracula's eyeball after platforming very poorly. Because like I said, at this point I was frustrated. I was just almost ready to give up. And it was my last attempt for Halloween. So this is unfortunate. So yeah, so I went down here. I got the eyeball, which is fine. And then I split actually ahead of my previous run. If you'll see, watch this. I split, and it's a gold split. So I split ahead of my previous run. Because my previous run had a death in this mansion too.
Now we have no money.
My personal best. So then I killed death here. And then I proceed to do something stupid, and that is I start grinding here with the intent...
We have 4 hearts. And we
with the intent of buying a second oak steak, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have grinded here, yes. And I should have probably grinded about 100 hearts here before I left.
and I don't think there's a suitable grinding spot anywhere around.
And then what I could have done, had
Now
I
know my
done this the right way,
Like, I may
instead of grinding for
still come
50,
out on top. I may still-
instead of grinding for 50 and then buying another oak steak, what I should have done is grinded for 100 and then just went straight
That's okay. I'm
to the grind spot in front of Ondol, where I could have gotten enough to get the morning star before the night cycle happened.
Stop being upset and be happy and grateful.
Because if you'll watch, what I do here is I'll see if I can
more.
find it. Yeah, so I get enough hearts here. Now I now have 50 hearts, and so what I do is I go buy another oak steak. It helps for time to buy another oak steak here as far as getting into your next mansion and stuff. But it's not necessary. You don't have to grind for another oak steak here. You don't have to have that other oak steak. But I bought it, and that cost me 50 hearts. So when I leave this mansion, I'm now 50 hearts behind of where I have to be able to buy this morning star. And I should not have bought that oak steak. I shouldn't have. I got that good glitch right there. So when I get back out here, it's nighttime, okay? So this is perfect. So I have plenty of time. If I would have had those 50 hearts, I go from here, I go get the red crystal, I go to Ondol, and as long as you're not grinding for 12 hours in Ondol, in front of Ondol, you're going to be able to get that morning star, and I would have saved 6 minutes, and it would come in well, and I could have played just as poorly if I had just made a better decision.
And we lost a bunch of time.
Like that's one of the things here is this game, like you can play poorly as long as your decision making is good. You can pull some stuff out, right?
Morning star grind. It's a backup strategy. For
So if you'll watch, what I do here is I go over here, I go straight into this first town.
and it's a good thing to have those. Everybody needs
Is
a
it
backup
Alba?
strategy.
Yeah, I think Alba. I go into Alba. I get the red crystal right here. I get the red crystal from this guy, and then I leave town heading towards Ondol, and the problem is that right now I don't have any hearts. I have no hearts. If I'd have kept the 50 and not bought that extra oak steak, which I could have got the oak steak later. The point is,
Part sucks.
you can grind it. You can grind 50 hearts in a couple of minutes, but a day-night cycle costs you a lot of time. So, entering this horrible, I hate this screen. Did even holding the rib, I got hit there. So, I'm gonna take a death here on accident because I misjudged that guy. But that's fine because this is not a problem. This is the area where we grind for the morning star. So, these guys are fast. They drop hearts well. And we just go through and we just kill these guys over and over again. Now, the problem is that right now, it is probably, 10 o'clock in the morning, noon, somewhere in there. So I literally only have 6 in-game hours to grind for 200 hearts from nothing. And I come really, really close, man.
They drop decent hearts. Plus the background is so gorgeous here.
Yeah, look at that beautiful background, by the way. So I come really, really close here. And, see if I can freeze frame when I do a pause to check my time or check my heart count. So here it is. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, and I have 124 hearts at this point. Had I not purchased that other oak steak, I would have 174 hearts at 2:30 in the afternoon, which would have been plenty of time.
That's a shame too, man.
to finish the grind. Because I would have only needed, what, 5 more drops? 2,
I'm a general run killer
3,
every time, so
4,
I'm getting experience for these guys, so I should level up pretty soon. That'll be cool.
1 more. So right here, I would be heading to town. I would be heading to town right here with plenty of time to get to that Morning Star. But because I chose to buy the oak steak, because that was my priority as opposed to getting through into town and to get the Morning
I'm
Star.
about to lose 6 minutes off this run.
Yeah, here I am chastising myself. Then I have level up, which is great, but now I have way more than enough at this point if I had not spent that money to go ahead and get the Morning Star, which would have put me up 3 minutes. I would have been up 3 minutes over my previous split, which would have been enough to get me under an hour, even if I continue to play as poorly as I did.
What a shame it's going to end here.
Yeah. So anyway, what I wanted to show here is that, you know, you can play poorly in Simon's Quest and still be able to do good things as long as you make good decisions. And it's one of the reasons I love this game. And one of the reasons that I've been frustrated with myself in playing this game is that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I can do the things I want to do in this game. I've just got to either A, play better, or B, make better decisions. And if you're playing like crap, you can still be a good decision maker and do good things in this game. So anyway, after watching the stream back, I realized what I had done wrong. Those are the 3 big mistakes that I made outside of playing poorly, which is fine. You know, I still could have gotten the goal I was going for. I still could have had the sub hour if I had just made better decisions. So when you are playing Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, please keep in mind that the decisions that you make, the things that you end up doing, are just as important as how good your platforming and whipping are. Because in this game, it's an open world concept with unlimited continues. You get to decide what you do when you do it. And in this game, I made some really good decisions, and I made some very poor decisions. My decisions early game and super late game were good. My middle game decisions, from the eyeball to the Morning Star, basically from the rib to the Morning Star, from 22 minutes to 40 minutes, that is where my mind faltered, and I did not do what I needed to do. So anyway, that's all. I just wanted to give you an idea about some of the things to think about when you're playing Castlevania 2. It's not all about jumping and whipping like it is in Castlevania 1. You got to make good decisions. You've got to think about the strategy, the overall strategy of what you want to do, how you want to get there, what certain things cost more time than other things, and rerouting based upon circumstances. You know, you've got to constantly be updating and making new decisions in order to get where you want to get. So that's it, man. It's still Halloween. I got to go to work in like 10 minutes. I need to leave. I just wanted to chat about this because it was on my mind, and I'd be thinking about it all day at work. So I will not be able to make another attempt today since I work until 2:30 in the morning, but I'm going to be thinking all day about this particular run. I know where I made the early mistakes and how I played poorly as far as whipping and jumping, so I know where I can save some lives. I think one thing that we can take as a positive through this run was that I did not have any bad water deaths, I don't think, at least not when it mattered. I was very careful there, and in the last couple of runs I had major water deaths, and this time I did not. So that's a positive. That's a win, and we're just going to keep getting better and keep doing good things. So yeah, stick around. You know, eventually I'm going to be able to do eventually I'm going to be doing a whole lot better. I'm going to be able to get down into the areas where I feel comfortable submitting runs to speedrun.com. And as soon as I get that sub 50 minute, because I think the lowest score on any % no wrong warp is 49 minutes and 30 seconds. All I need to do is beat that one score. If I can get down below that time, I'll submit a run. And I can do it. Even without the Lizardman grind, I think I could do it. So anyway, that's it. That's all I've got. I got to go to work. You guys have an awesome day. Play more Castlevania 2. Make better decisions than I did. Thanks.